stay in your posture, Michael, as you make contact. Well, hey, everybody. You just kind of heard my swing thoughts right there. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about the importance of us being able to stay in our posture as we rotate in our pivot, okay? And why it's so important that we stay in that posture. And also at the same time, I want to talk about how the shoulders rotate within the pivot, okay? So let's jump right into this video. But before we do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Those things help out that algorithm and help shoot my videos out to more viewers. So let me show you here why it's so important that we maintain our posture through the golf swing. When I get set up to a ball, I've got a 7-iron here. If I get set up to a ball and I have good posture with my rear end out, my back nice and flat, okay, there is a distance that goes from my sternum to that golf ball, okay? And my arms and my golf club fit in that distance. Now, if at any point in the golf swing, I change my posture. So let's say I make a backswing and I come up out of my posture in my backswing. Well, I have now just increased the distance from my sternum to that ball. Now my arms and club don't fit anymore. So on the downswing, I'm gonna have to try and recover. Let's say that in the downswing, I make a good backswing. I've maintained my posture, but then in the downswing, I let my hips slide up underneath of me. They call this early extension, I don't know what everybody calls it now. I always just called it your rear end came up underneath of you, which is then gonna make my upper body move this way. Well, again, I have increased my distance from my sternum to the ball. Now my arms and my club don't fit anymore. And you can see it going the other way too. I can make a backswing and I can start the downswing and I can let my body go down too much. Well, now, again, my arms and club don't fit in that distance. So if we want to make clean contact with the ball in the ground and we want good solid contact every time, we have to learn to maintain our spine angle while I rotate in my pivot. All right, so I've changed my camera angle here, so I've got the sun over here, so it's a little easier for y'all to see. So let me talk about how the shoulders rotate with our body, okay? So if I was standing straight up and down, and I put this stick across my shoulders, it is very easy for me to rotate my shoulders, and they are gonna rotate perpendicular to my spine. So my spine is straight up and down, and this stick is gonna rotate, and it is rotated staying perpendicular to my spine. Well, we don't stay vertical in a golf swing. We are bent, and we have a spine that gets tilted forward, okay? But all I want is I still want my shoulders to rotate perpendicular to my spine. So you can see here in my backswing, my shoulders have now rotated perpendicular to my spine. And if they do that, my left shoulder is now lower than my right shoulder. I see so many people in the golf swing that want to force that left shoulder down. Now notice that this stick is now not perpendicular to my spine. I've actually curved my spine a little bit and the stick is too vertical. If I came out of my posture this way, now my shoulders are no longer perpendicular to my spine. They're tilted that direction. So it is very important that I learn to rotate, keeping my shoulders perpendicular to my spine. And if that holds true in the backswing, then it also needs to hold true in the forward swing. So in the forward swing, I want to rotate forward, keeping my shoulders perpendicular to my spine. Therefore, when I finish the golf swing, my right shoulder is going to be lower than my left shoulder, just because we are turning our shoulders perpendicular to our spine, which is on an angle, tilted, whatever you want to call it. So again, in the forward swing, if I take my right shoulder and I go down too much, now my shoulders are not perpendicular to my spine anymore. Vice versa, if I come through and I come out of my posture, that right shoulder is now too high and my shoulders are not perpendicular to my spine. So it's very important that we learn to rotate our shoulders in a manner that is perpendicular to our spine. So let me talk about one more thing with the posture that really helps make all of this possible. And that is how we get bent at the waist. If you think about the skeleton of a body, you know, okay, Halloween and we got a skeleton, we've got a hip girdle. And that hip girdle, if I'm standing up straight, is very level to the ground. In golf, I have to learn to tilt that hip girdle so that I am tilting it towards the ground. This is going to allow my spine to stay as flat as it can be and for everything to rotate around my spine. If I don't get my hips tilted and I just try and tilt my upper body, I am going to round my spine. And now my hips are going to want to be trying to turn at this angle. My shoulders are going to want to be turning at that angle. And it's like driving a car with a bent axle. And those wheels aren't going to work correctly. So I've got to get myself in the correct posture with my hips, tilting that hip girdle towards the ground. Then it becomes very easy or easier for me to rotate my shoulders perpendicular to my spine. So let me hit another couple shots and see if we can do this. Okay, so let's see if I can take my own advice here. Let's see if I can stay in my posture and hit a couple solid shots. I didn't like that one. I didn't feel like I got through to the finish very well on that one. You see how that ball tailed a little to the right. Let's do that again. Stay in my posture. That was right on the button right there. If I could hit every shot like that, life would be great. Okay, one last shot. Stay in my posture, get myself to my finish. Another good one. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming in and watching this video with me. Drop me a comment below. Let me know how you're doing with what I was talking about today. And before you leave, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Work hard on your posture. Work hard on your pivot. Great idea. Go back and see some of my other videos where I'm in front of the mirror. Okay, get in front of the mirror, do your mirror work, learn to make the motion correctly, then come out and apply it to the ball. Y'all have a great day. And if you didn't notice my obnoxious shirt, Roll Tide, they're playing LSU tonight.